last thing I have in my dad, except for the height, my looks. But the last thing I got of my mama is that picture of me and her when I was about 6 months old. My dad was an ordained minister in two different denominations in Christianity. We moved constantly because he would either get himself in trouble with the law in one spot, or he'd run out of carpentry work in a spot, which was quite often. What my dad truly believed to his dying day that God came to him in a vision and told him he was to beat us kids, to have sex with us kids, and to teach us kids we were nothing. That's the kind of man my dad was. I've been able to accept it within myself and be able to forgive my dad, although I can't forget. And from 1977 until 2013, I had odd jobs here and there just to survive. I collected scrap metal. When I was in states that had deposit, I'd collect cans and bottles, turn them in. That's how I lived. That was my employment from 1977 to 2013. 36 years. In that time, I became a recovering alcoholic, a recovering drug addict. I literally lived on the highway. I rode boxcars, just like a regular old hobo back in the day. I hitchhiked. I rode buses. That's what I miss, is the freedom, the being my own boss, the outdoors, wildlife, being out in the woods, outdoors. That's what I miss. And I do know that my body can't handle it no more. And I am doing now what I like doing, what I have a passion for. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I was still out there. The arthritis, the emphysema, the epilepsy, the three of them combined together was shutting my body down to where I couldn't do it no more. And that's when I knew it was time. I could have probably headed down the highway again, but I wouldn't have survived very long. I would have been found on the side of the road dead somewhere. The good Lord allowed me to go through what I went through, which is 54 years of homelessness, a recovering alcoholic and cross-addicted drug addict, being sexually abused growing up, being physically abused growing up, to work with and minister to the street homeless. Because I know what they're going through. I've been there. I know where to go looking for them. I know that they've tried getting help several different places, and the red tape gets so disgusting that you give up. I've been there. I know it. I didn't trust normal people. I didn't trust those that had housing, had some money. I trusted the homeless. But I had a hard time trusting the housed. And that's the same thing that they go through. They've been dumped on by the normal people so much that they don't trust. They trust their own group. The average story is someone that has lost their job, because of economics. That because they've lost their job, they can't pay their rent. They lose their place. And very little help out there for them. My wish, my dream, would be that I would no longer there would no longer be a need for my type of job. That there would be no more homelessness. That if somebody's house burnt down, they would immediately be able to move into another place within a few days. But that's not going to happen. As much as I wish and dream that, it's not going to happen. We're starting to build back up, but it's going to take some real jobs that people can get to, and affordable housing instead of getting a one-bedroom place for $650 that you can't afford to pay rent on and lose it. And then another landlord won't rent to you because you've got an eviction. I will continue working what I do to help someone out that is in the same position that I grew up in, that I was in. Homelessness. Plain and simple. I don't know how to break it down any more than that.